other people to do work for me and bring in income. You all there? So I started hiring people to do what? To assist me with the lecturing, because I cannot be what? Everywhere all the time. And so I would have made an income from that. You all there? On top of whatever I was paying them. And so I use that so I leverage other people to achieve that result. That's one way. The other way to leverage is you could use other people's money. So one is you could use other people's effort. Two is you could use other people's other people's money to get what you want as well. So you could either pool with other people to get things done, certain aspects of it, right? And in doing that, you're going to get whatever you want to accomplish done faster. You all there? And they have other levers that you could use in order to accomplish whatever goals you want to do. Right? So once you understand this and you know, you put in place a plan to increase your income or whatever you need to do to get where you want to be, then your job becomes exactly what we did at the start when we were looking at goals, which is to what? To action the plan. You all get there, guys? And that is where most people actually fail. I will say it again, most people like to talk the talk, but they don't like to walk the walk. You have to be a doer. You cannot be a talker. A lot of our local people, Caribbean people, we like to talk about this not good and that not good, and my father didn't give me this, and my mother did not give me that, and I don't have this and I don't have that. For you to get things done, you have to have an attitude of being able to get things done. So every time I had to build, I could tell you about every single stage I encountered problems. Every single thing was a problem. I had problems with workers. I had to fire out the amount of people I can't even begin to tell you, because I real dread when you're not working, when you're not performing. I real dread. If you're stealing, worse yet. Right? So at every stage I had challenges, but the thing is, you need to have a mindset of getting it done. Don't sit down and wait. You had to take action. Even with tomorrow, I'll be even more dread, because Riza asked me to talk about project management. All right? And I think somebody went through the plans, right? And a lot of what I'm telling you all now will have to go into that too. So tomorrow we may have to look at an exercise to do a little bit of project planning. And then we will look at the issues and the challenges. A lot of the issues and challenges will be the same, as you will see. That mindset of getting it done and sticking it out is the most critical things that you're going to keep you back from getting things done. Because most people don't have that mindset of sticking it out. Everybody wants it easy. You all there? So guys, Riza, I think I'm going to hold up here, right, at this stage. So my advice is implement, action, and then at every stage of whatever you choose to do, review and reassess. Like I said, life is not static. Things will happen to you. Your situation going to change. The economy going to change. You're going to have issues, personal issues to deal with. You're going to have family issues to deal with. You'll have medical things to deal with. Well, you just need to get up and get. You all there? You may need to make some changes and adjust, but you have to do what you have to do to get it done. So guys, that's a little contribution I have for you all today. All right? All you're looking so sad. So sad. All right? But it's all good. It's all good, yeah.
When you find yourself in debt, using this process, how do you get yourself over?
Yeah. If you do get yourself in debt, then what I would normally do is go back and look at your income and your expenditure and look for ways to get out of that. So it may be, if you owe some institution, you could probably look for help maybe from a family member. You might need to you have to look at all possible sources to get yourself out. You'll have to look at getting additional income to pay. You'll have to maybe look at refinancing your loan, so it gives you a little bit more time to pay. You'll have to look at maybe going to your parents or some other family member for assistance. I normally make that a last resort. All right? You may have to sell off some assets, what you have, very true. Right? So you may have a piece of land. You may have some other asset that you could actually dispose of. All right? But you don't leave any avenue unturned. You look at for ways out of a solution. The thing is, most people, that happen to them and they just get into a downward spiral. So they don't look far way out. So you remain right where you are, and you get
What are
worse.
some of the things that people should look out for to ensure that they don't end up in the spiral of
Yeah. Well, the most fundamental thing is, I mean, the old people have a saying, do not hang your hat where your head cannot reach. And I adopt that right through. And it's a very, very true saying. A lot of people like to live with what we call the Joneses. So if my friends, they want to live with the Joneses. So if my friend driving this fancy car or have this big house, well, then I had to have that too. If they had this fancy shoes or that fancy clothes or whatever, well, then I want to have that too. And the biggest problem for a lot of people is they want to keep up with the Joneses. You have to keep, Islam give you guidance on everything, you know. We have to live that simple life, and we have to live within our means, right? You don't borrow beyond which you could settle. You don't go and, I tend not to. I have this whole belief, and it came from my parents, and I never borrow. Never owe anybody for anything. So if you have that mindset or psyche in the background, it will never happen. But if it does happen, then you need to look at the different measures we just talked about to get out of that position. But a lot of people like to live beyond their means, and that's the fundamental problem. Live with what you have, right? My children will tell you, for the last 4 years, they have not gone on a vacation. And that was, or 5 years, and that was deliberately so, because here what, daddy cannot afford it. I am building a building. I'm carrying them maybe for 2 days to Tobago for the first time in a while. And that's just how it is. You just have to accept that and live with it. Because that is where we reach. So, you know, you can't live, do not live beyond your means. I am not anybody special or anybody, you know. In the building, for example, I only have one person, and he would tell you, he would work with me to make sure everything is taken care of in the building. But we structure the work and we pace it during the day. And I will not be afraid to help to do something. If I had to help him clean the washrooms, if I have to help do something else, I will do it, because that's just how it is. It has to get done. So you can't adopt the attitude that I too big or too whatever to get this done. You have to do what have to be done to get it done. All right. We had to live a little bit more simple, and we have to work hard. Right? But like I said, you have things that you could do to magnify your effort. Using other people's labor, using your time, allocating it wisely, like I showed you all how we did it before. Look at how you could magnify your effort to get things done. Anybody else? So guys, I'll say like thanks for today, and remember, coming out more dread tomorrow. Tomorrow. Actually, I haven't done anything for tomorrow, so I have to go and prepare for that now.